Hello everyone, Anthony here and welcome to another video. For the new year, first of all, Happy New Year to everyone, 2019. And for the new year, I want to make a video about all the computer I have in my collection. There are several ones here and some here. Just a quick check to just see all my computer, for which reason I use it and for which reason I have it, because some I don't use it, I just have it for collections, for example, and there is a specific reason, and other it's for retro games, for example. We'll check everything in details until now. Let's go. Then let's start with my main computer. I will say not my first, my main computer. Why we will introduce that in first. Well, it was on. It was my daily one, so it's done quickly, more or less. This is a computer I used to go to internet to publish all my video, to make this video, for example. If you want to know what I'm using Vegas, well, version 16. As you see, I go on YouTube. Well, yeah, nothing crazy. I play Fortnite too, for example, and other games, but not so much. I'm trying to stop that for testing on the hardware, and that is not a problem, but I don't care a lot about video games. I prefer retro gaming computer, to be honest, to play retro games. To talk about a bit about specs, it have an i7 4710 HQ for the CPU at 2.5 GHz, Turbo 3.5. It was upgraded to 12 gigs of RAM's DDR3. It's recent because it has only 8 at stock. The 4 added gigabytes of RAMs, it's just to be more comfortable, I will say, when you use virtual machines, because yes, I'm also using virtual machines on it, and with 8 gigs of RAMs, when you run 3 virtual machines, the computer starts to be a bit slow, because if you make 2 gigs per machine, you use 6 gigs plus the main OS. Yeah, 8 gig is not really enough. 12 help a lot. For the graphics card, it's an NVIDIA GTX 860M, which is not the best one, but a really great one, and it's easy to overclock it. Yeah, even on a laptop, it's not getting really hotter to do that. And I'm impressed because there is maybe between 5 to 10 FPS improvement in general on games. The hard disk drive, at stock there is a 1 terabyte hard disk drive. I've upgraded to an SSD 128 on mSATA, and the second hard disk drive is replaced by a 2 terabyte Seagate. Which is a bit easier to stock all this video because it's getting placed on the hard disk drive. And that's more or less everything. Yeah, there is an optical drive, DVD writer, and okay, 2 USB 2.0, and on the other side there are 3.0. No operating system at stock. FreeDOS. Yeah, or FreeDOS. Yeah, no, it's an operating system. Yeah, for sure. But this is not a pre-install with Windows 8 or something like this. I must install my main OS, but actually is running Windows 10. Okay, so we say more or less everything about that computer. I will not show you an example of something, and I will take the next one. Well, I will not talk too much about this one. As you see, that's an Apple computer. Yes, maybe you can see G3. Pretty sure yes. This one sorry, this one I will keep it for later because there is something special with this computer and I want to take it apart. So I'll just show you that I have one, but I will not turn it on or something like this. I will stay like this first and short presentation of this Apple computer. This is the only Apple computer I have. Well, let's take another one. Yeah, the oldest one. This is, well, most of my computer are oldies, not especially vintage. This one is a vintage, but I will say oldies. So there are a lot of people maybe in the retro machines group on Facebook, which they will like this computer like this. I've shared at the time an 486 computer, but it was dead, and I replace it when I have an occasion by this machine, but it's not a 486, it's a Pentium based machine. At the start, when I get it back to my house, to home, there is no 5" and quarter floppy drive. I take it from the 486 build. This is the only thing I've just add to keep just one, because I think it's rare to have one actually. Maybe there is too much light. Yeah. I don't have a floppy drive to test it, but it seems to work. That's great. This one works. I try it, but the computer, well, it's hard to explain. It boots, it gives me a beep, but I didn't have any picture. And the graphics card works in another computer. I will show you. I'll just make an explanation. And I don't know for which reason. At the first time it boots normally, and I've got a picture, but after it stopped to show me one. I will open it. Here we go. Where's the fun going? Well, so you have a look inside. So the CPU is not installed because I didn't have also the cooler system. Just have this micro fan. Not really great. So I can't really turn it on. I have the CPU here. Well, I will just install it. So I hear you from far away. Oh my god, he will not turn this computer like this. I will do it. This is not a problem if it's for a short time. Okay? It's for 30 seconds, it's not a problem. Not a problem at all. It will be at least a bit refreshed by that. Just put like this. Okay? If it will be quick, you will just hear the boot. See this keyboard working. That's just to show the symptom. Look at that. So, yeah, even the connection, I can show that. See? Focus on it. Okay. Well, I will insert that. Top. Here we go. VGA cable. Plugged in. Right? And the power supply. Up. Toop. And start it up. Listen, so it turned on. A beep. will try a reboot. Up. Maybe reset. Quickly. Keyboard initiated, but still nothing on the screen. Even if I enter to the BIOS, and I'm in the BIOS, huh? As you see, it responds. I'm asking maybe the retro machine groups. I will share the video. If they have any idea why the computer is doing that. Because this computer is so old, it's old as me, so I'm not really able to repair it. I'm missing IDs, to be honest. So I'm asking you if you have any solution to get that back to work. It could be a great thing. It's on the hard disk drive there were Windows 95, which is pretty nice. I never use a Windows 95, but for retro DOS gaming, it would be a really, really, really great machine. So I'm asking you, I'm waiting your solution. You can even put it directly on the comment, or if you get to this video with the link on the retro machines, you can tell me on Facebook. Next one. Yep, time for this next one. An IBM NetVista computer. I don't remember the model, but this thing, it's 6578. So this is not what I want to say with that. So yeah, this is an IBM computer for, of course, professional. We can see from the stickers there, designed for Windows 2000 with an Intel Pentium 2 inside. This one I've got this computer. It's for my collection. To say just I have an IBM computer, because they didn't make a personal computer at all, actually, and it's starting to be from a long time ago now. To talk about specification, so an Intel Pentium 3 at stock is 733 MHz, and actually it's an 866. 128 megabyte at stock, but I've upgraded to 512, so the max out for this computer. The floppy drive is replaced, as you can see. Maybe not. No, you can see it. The hard disk drive, I don't know what it has in stock, but actually it's 40 gigabyte, running Windows XP. This is one of the rare computer on a Pentium 3 I installed Windows XP, and even me, I don't know why. Sometimes, but I don't care. I don't want to touch really it again. I started to just say, oh, it works, but it's for my collection, so I don't care what's inside the hard disk drive, honestly. Everything's connected in the back. I have also an IBM keyboard. You see maybe previously on my previous video. Let's turn it on. There is no beep. If everything is okay, it boots normally. Here we go. The computer was made in 2000, so yeah, from 1995 directly to 2000, the year 2000. A bit low to start from the past screen, but after that everything runs great. Oh. Up. We'll get a sit. Yeah, the graphics card. I forgot to talk about the graphics card. It's an NVIDIA GeForce 4 MX400. For sure, a bit more recent for the computer, but well, yeah, the password is IBM. I don't care to say it to you. Wow. You want to know what's inside? Yeah, I must put a mouse. I forgot to do that. So we have the keyboard. Maybe not. Yeah. There are some games installed, but this is just for say there is some games. Civilization, Quake 2, Quake 3, Unreal Tournament. Some programs, but very few ones. Office 2003. And that's it. So something really basic. That's just to say this computer works with an operating system. Honestly, I don't use it. So I can turn it off. I have nothing more to say. And we can get a look inside. If you are just not so in a hurry. Wait a moment. Pretty sure these things didn't work. It's pretty easy to open, surprisingly. And here we go. Can get a look. Yeah, the network card. The network card wasn't at stock from the motherboard. They had it on the PCI slot. And the graphics card, no, I added, of course. Well, and there is something great, but I need to reverse it. Clack. Bang. All things to repair it or to troubleshoot it. That's a good thing because even if the computer is really old, you have something to troubleshoot and you know what to do in case of. And we won't see that on every computers nowadays, unfortunately. They were better at the time. That's like this. So I can go to the next one. Well, this one you will not recognize it. This is the Retro 2000 computer. I've made a video maybe 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago. But that was not this case. So that's why you cannot recognize it. But the specs are exactly the same. Exactly the same. I will not open it because you can go to the previous video. You will find the link on the description. But you can see in the back, that's the same thing. Yep. Why I have this build? So that's a custom build to play all retro games. Everything is connected. Still okay. And here we go. Can some tells me if they like post screen like this? Honestly, the graphical things like this, I think it's pretty nice because you must say at the time that was not especially easy to do. But just to have your opinion, you can still say that in the comment. Well, I can talk about the spec while starting. This is a Gigabyte motherboard, CVE X7 Plus, if I didn't make any mistake. It has an Intel Pentium 3 733 MHz. I want to upgrade it to at least a 933, maybe a day. 384 megs, not gigs, megs of RAMs. You see that on the post screen. Actually, an NVIDIA GeForce 4MX 440. I want to change it because it wasn't made in 2000, and it's a bit of problem. The sound card. No, I've changed the sound card. It's not. It's still a Creative Labs, but it's a Sound Blaster Live actually. And the sound is a bit better, but I didn't have something on the front panel to manage the sound quality, more bass, more treble, same things like this. That's boot. A hard disk drive of 40 gigs, one DVD drive, you see it, and yeah, that's more or less everything. Yeah. The reason of this build, of course, maybe I told you, I don't remember, playing all retro games, but to year 2000, yeah, a game from 2001, it could be good, it's still a game, but normally the specs mustn't be more recent than 2000. Hope I will have a good graphics card from 2000 a day, maybe. Yeah, don't worry, I overclocked the graphics card, so that's why the screen turn off and then it back to turn on. Hello? The system is not answering. Cuckoo! Just today, just while I'm recording a video. This is not the time. Oh my god. It seems to be a bit slower, I don't understand why. But that's funny to say Windows 2000 in 2019. My god. You just wake up? That's a good thing. Yeah. The list of installed games. Jungle Pinball. Yeah. Arcade. Multiple arcade machine emulator. Maybe if you want. Midtown Madness 2. Neft Arena Blast. Quake 2. Quake 3. Theme Park Unreal Tournament. And Unreal. Maybe Unreal I can reinstall it on the retro DOS platform game. I think there were games missing here. I can have more games than this. Maybe the first Half-Life, for example. I will see maybe later, because this computer can have lots of other games, of course. Well, you want a game? No, we don't have the time for that. I will turn it off. This is probably my favorite retro gaming computer. 2000 is the year I really like platforms from this year. So, well, funny. Let's get to the next one then. Fujitsu Simon's computer laptop. That's an AMD. This computer was the first laptop I have, so I kept it. That's all. Honestly, this one I didn't use it anymore from now maybe 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. Precisely 4 years. Specs. Yep, I can talk about specs. Only RAMs has been upgraded and operating system on this machine. It's a Pentium 4, not HD on the laptop. It will run too hot, but maybe it's still possible. At 2 GHz, 1 GHz when you are only on the battery, but the battery is dead. Upgraded to 768 megs of RAM, a hard disk drive of 30 disks, of course, or 30 gigs, and the graphics card is an ATI. I don't remember the model, but it can run some older games, even if it was not designed for. I turn it on. This one make more noise. This is something crazy, and I never understand what's happening in my head. And it seems that I didn't turn it off correctly last time. I don't know what it's happening in my head, because this thing is running Windows 7, as the computer is from 2001. Yep. Running Windows 7 on a 2001 computer. And I never get back to Windows XP or even a Linux on it. But maybe it could be the solution a day. If I get a bigger hard drive, maybe, because 30 gigs, it's not it's not a big size. So if I dual boot on a 30 gig, yeah, for the operating system, okay, but if I want to install some programs, it will not be great at all. Can you hear the hard disk drive? Still booting. There were several games and some programs like code blocks when I made programming at school. To write program in C could be great. But as you see, there are several games here. Again, and we'll turn around the top. Civilization. Microsoft Pinball Arcade running on Windows 7. It runs only on the 32-bit version of Windows. Don't try it on a 64. Quake 3 Arena, Rayman 3, and after Arena Blast, Sega Rally 2. Again, not recommended on 7. And that's everything I think. Yep. That's not the latest version. I don't care, honestly. You see, it's really slow to start it, but sometimes I take this computer at school. Yep. And slow like this. Really slow. Windows 7 is not the great idea. It's okay for the RAM because nothing is running in background. Well, now I'm putting that though. It will not be great. But without that and the classic user interface, see, it's not running. Well, it's not running so much RAM. 372 megs. Can you tell me today or many Windows 7 can run with so few memory? I didn't connect anything, man. Codeblock thing opening it. Codeblock is really loud. Yes, no, maybe. Well, not maybe so loud as I imagine. No, that's even extremely low. I was thinking it's something extremely heavy. Well, it's using more memory. Yeah, but it's still okay. I was thinking I was at 100 or more on memory management, but no. He made me I've got a blue screen last time. I didn't remember. Which problem? 0xa. I don't know. Well, I don't remember. Well, it's not using so much, finally. It's still below 400 megs of RAM usage. So to script some small program in C and especially in a console application, it might not be a problem. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Did I have some project recently? Recent file, recent project. So could run. This one? What is it? Just for fun, I can't read something. Oh my god. Tell me you're loading the exercises. Maybe yes. No. Oh shit. Oh. Okay, didn't open me. Byte log. Byte and run. Entrer une valeur positive pour limiter le vecteur. Enter a value positive bigger than 0 to make a limit on a vector. 12. Well, it will be a bit long. Okay. Okay, it's to make an average. An average and yeah, okay, I understand. So we make the average of all my values and the difference between the average and the number I've entered. What an exercise! Really? We must doing that at school? Okay. Why not? No. Yeah, if the value was negative with a minus is become positive. Yeah. Wow. An easy program in 53 lines. More or less. Yep. Yep. We make things funny at school, but we play games too. When you don't have something crazy to do, when you have done your work and you have a bit of free time, you make just a game of Unreal Tournament or a game of Pinball Arcade. Which one from you or remember that? Can you leave me a comment on the bottom of the video for that? No, a complete game I will not do it, but just start a pinball. And why not the handpad house? I have a problem maybe? No, shit. Ah, yeah, that's true. I remember now. The graphics card is not designed to run on Windows 7, so yeah. 1982. And I play it on Unreal, and I like it, honestly. Yep. This time you'll have a demo. Oh shit. Don't hesitate to skip this part of this video if you don't want to see me playing games. And it's not a bad choice. Ah. Maybe I will increase a bit the sound. Too few. No, that's okay. Oh no, please. That's so hard to get in there. Especially on this. Yep. Extra ball. Oh, it's rare to get there. That's a good thing. Oh no! No, please. You're kidding me. A bad game. Wow. Not important. What's my high score on this one? I don't remember. Yeah, 2 million. I made a good day this day. Well, I think that's all for that computer. I have nothing else to say, so making some program application in C for the school, and sometimes playing small games when I've got time. Oh yeah, it worked. Yeah. So that's good. Tonight, yep. Shutting down not especially low. Shutdown is even quite fast somewhere. Yep. Let's jump to the next one. Let's time for a médian or médian. Say everything you want. In Belgian we say médian. Ouais. Bon, voilà quoi. This is a computer from a friend. He were ready to put it in the bin because he didn't need to keep that, and he didn't have any reason to keep that because he didn't use it anymore. Well, but I said no, I can make maybe something great. That was the only more or less complete computer. It just have a missing hard disk drive. I take it from another build from him, but it was that, so I put it in the bin, except the hard disk drive. I don't really know this computer, or fine, I don't really know it, to be honest. So it's a Median MT5. Maybe a focus can do something better for you. There are several computers like this. This one is a bit more recent because we have a Pentium 4 and not a Pentium 3. I think that's Phil's Computer Labs that they made a computer on a Median Aldi like this, but it was a Pentium 3 if I remember correctly. So this one is a bit more recent. Something funny. At the time that was not bad to do that. One USB is absolutely destroyed. It was this one. Unfortunately, this I can both it for maybe 10 euros. That's not so much, but that's not so few too. We'll see if I will do it. Honestly, I have 2 other USB in the back, so normally I will have enough. The DVD drive was replaced because it didn't work, and I have one right yellowed because it's not really right anymore. It turned on, no problem with that, but the power supply is making a lot of noise, so it must be replaced. And the graphics card, the fan didn't work, so I put another one from my collection, and I will put it back soonly because I will have a fan replacement. I know the specs, but I don't know what it has on the hard disk drive or something like this, because this is not the original one. But anyway, I will start it. But not everything is connected. That's interesting. Yeah, maybe I've disconnected a lot of things on it, because my project of this build is to upgrade it at its max. Talking about specs, it has an Intel Pentium 4 2 GHz without hyperthreading, and it didn't support it, unfortunately, so we can't make something really crazy from a time. 512 megs of RAMs, but I'm not sure if it's from stock. Maybe some can tell me that. Well, after I will not sure to know what to do with this information. But I'm pretty sure it was 256 at stock. It has 512, and I want to upgrade it to its max at 2 gigabyte. I will see later. Funny. The hard disk drive now it's 40 gigs. Well, I'm not sure if it was a 40 gigs at stock. Pretty sure no. The graphics card normally it's G44MX again, but 460 and it's 440 here. Wow. We don't care. And 2 optical drives, a DVD and a CD. Wow. Again. So I didn't make a complete boot. I don't know what we will find on it. Let's see. Maybe it's better to turn on the switch. Or maybe the power supply is disconnected. Ah, yeah, that's why it didn't work. Maybe, maybe because the power supply is not making a good noise. I've done that. Well, I can start it for you. It might not be a problem. Just press that. This is not really optimized. Here we go. Oh, I don't like this noise. Okay. And this. Ooh. I don't like this sound. No, it was correct. I don't know why it's so hard to put in it. Okay, and the connection of this. It must be start now. Yep. Switch is on. And here we go. Power supply surprisingly not making noise. Maybe later. The bus is really fast. It seems to be a Linux install on it. Maybe Ubuntu with this purple red color. This is something funny. Someone will install a Linux on it. It's still booting. I can hear the hard disk drive. Ah, yeah, it's a Ubuntu. I hope it's a old version. Ubuntu on a machine like this. And the hard disk drive came for a machine worse than this one. So 13.04. Well, a version from 2013 then. It's not a long-term support, I think. 2013. No, it was a 12.4. Yeah, 2013 is not a long-term support here. Wow. Well, I don't know the password. Admin. No. You're a bit slow, là. I'm on it? I didn't see any activity on the hard disk drive actually. Is it working? I have just a picture but not a desktop. Oops. But it opened me a terminal. It seems that oh my god. Oh my god. It seems to have some problems, I think. Well, I can't explore something. It could be funny on Linux, my god. It could be funny to explore it a bit, but well, you can explore in command line, but well, no, it will be too long. Well, it will be easier like this. Up, yeah. I hate working in sudo in general. I prefer to be root to type administrative command. But it's just a shut down now. Well, it's responding to the commands. I don't know why I didn't have a desktop. Maybe I will investigate it later. But I must first replace the power supplies. But I'm surprised it didn't make any noise. So maybe a bad caps. I didn't check it. I just want to replace it because if I upgrade this computer, I will put another graphics card, something bigger, something that require power, so this original one will not be great. Well, the plaque is over there, if you asking where it is, and the computer was there. Well, let's get to the next one for the next year. So there was some problem with it. Hard disk drive connection is not good for the power to power it. Now it's making contact, but I need to get a bit more closer to the problem. Well, now it boot normally. I didn't even see the pause screen. You will see Windows Vista is not booting as low as you will imagine. See? Some more. I'm not cheating, that's the computer. Well, yeah. Nice food, isn't it? Oh my god. Windows Vista Ultimate. Édition intégrale for English. It's Ultimate. See? It's not as bad. Honestly, I'm not getting boring. And I'm on a Pentium 4 machine. Okay. There are several things installed. There are some games again. The graphics card, even the integrated one, is good enough to take games like Quake 3. Yeah, it's still running on Windows Vista. Rayman 3, yeah, okay. Security 2 is a bit harder. And Unreal Tournament again is installed on it. Runs nicely. Well, I don't recommend this kind of game on Windows Vista, but well, when you have a problem with a computer, you want to play some older games, this computer is able to do that. But I've used it, as I told you before, when I've got problems with my main laptop before getting this. And it was okay. Several programs uninstalled. Office is installed the 2010, I think. Yeah, 2010. so it's not the latest version, but it's still usable as today main Microsoft Office program. There is MSC installed on it. I mustn't put it on the internet. If I do that, this will stop working. I have the joke with my old laptop. It was connected to the last day of the Windows Vista support, and then this was disabled. So if I update the MSC, it will be disabled too. So I prefer to not connect it to internet, to keep a small protection on it, made 1000 days ago. My god. 1190 days. Oh my god. So that was 3 years ago. Funny. I prefer to keep that whole version but alive and running, that updated version that will stop working. But it's just in case of. Well, I don't have something else to say. There is all over old programs. Microsoft Visual C++ 2008 Express Edition. 2008. It's clearly not downloadable anymore. Ah, that's funny. That's really funny. Google Chrome installed. That's what an idea. Google Chrome. As we know, Google Chrome eats your RAM, literally. That's a really bad idea. Wow, in 2 gigs it could be great. It will eat less than if you have 8 or 16 gigs. But what an idea. Let's turn it off. I don't have, I think, something else to say on that computer. I keep it because it's a small one, and it could be great in some occasion. And even to turn it off, it will not be so slow. That's why I never understand why at the time everyone blame Windows Vista like this. Never understand. I didn't say that's a good operating system, but it wasn't that bad. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. This one, you know it. Oh yeah. That's the Retro 2003 computer. The same project as the 2000, but from 2003. Yep. This one I will not open it too because there is a video dedicated for it. Link on the description if you want. But I can take back the specs here for you. If I remember correctly, because I want again to make just several upgrades, very few things, but I want it. It's an Asus motherboard, A7V8X. I'm not sure, but I think it's that. For the processor, we have an AMD Athlon. Don't remember the model, but it was overclocked at 2.1 gigahertz instead of 2 gigahertz. Yeah, 100 megahertz overclock is not crazy, but if I can get it, I get it. 1 gig of RAM is installed, an 80 Radeon 9600, 80 gigs of hard disk drive, and the DVD drive you can see in the front of the computer. Well, that's more or less everything. I didn't install another sound card or network card. Well, just the graphics card is added here. We have enough I/O port on the motherboard, so well, let's turn it on. So, this one can run Windows 2000, but I choose Windows XP. In 2003, it's not really a problem. Yeah, it says it's an Atlo MP, but it's not true. I know that's not true. Maybe a BIOS update can fix that. I know that's not true. And if I want to make an upgrade, that's just the CPU. I want to have the better Athlon XP, the 3200, I think, at 2.33 gigahertz. And pretty sure it could be overclockable to 2.4. Pretty sure. It could be a great thing if I have this one. Yeah, the resolution is not correct. Normally, I didn't start this computer and all overs. The really retro one vintage, the IBM or the 2000. I have a CRT monitor to run games like this on a flat screen like this. It's not as beautiful as before. Yeah, even if Microsoft Office is installed, it's just to say 2003 Windows XP. Okay, system is complete. But there is nothing in background running. Well, the list of games is bigger here. Most of games are from 2004. But this computer can be somewhere retro 2004. The specs are correct. Well, everything is good to say that. There is no problem at all to run this 2004 games. As I can see, Tokai Race Driver 2 or Flat Out, it was in 2004. Wow, no problem. Quick Force was even from 2005 and it runs great, so wow. Okay. Again, I will not make a demo. Link on the description to get to the specific video from this computer, and you will have some demo at the end of the video. Nothing special to say on that computer. I can turn it off. It's turning off really quickly. Honestly. Sometimes even my main computer is not as fast as this one. Now that's Windows XP, AMD Athlon, a great AMD Athlon. And it's not connected to internet. There is nothing in background. Instead, my main computer, there is a lots of thing in background, so it's a bit easier, of course. Next one. Yep. Time to this one, 2007 or 2008 build. I've received someone that he didn't use it anymore. You see this computer in previous video. My voice is getting bad. You see that computer in previous video. It was, for example, when I tested the Celeron's. Yep, the monocore and the dual core. Usage of this computer, LGA 775 platform test. To test all processors I have on this platform. All I have in my collection, maybe we will see it later, works on this platform. Pentium 4, Pentium Ds, Pentium dual core, Celeron dual cores, Core 2 Duo, Core 2 Quads. Everyone's works. And without any problem. Actually, it's a Pentium dual core, which I didn't remember which model. The E500 5030 oh my god, I can say numbers, that's amazing. 5300 or 5300 if you want. I think that this one, but not sure, we will see on the post. It has 2 gigs of RAMs, that's not a lot. NVIDIA GeForce 9600 GT, 2050 gigs of hard disk drive, and an optical drive. Maybe I never show you the optical drive. Yep. Hey. Well, I can turn it on. as usual. That's special. I've got lights blinking on the keyboard and then it gives me an error code, and even my mouse is turning on. That's the day of surprise today. That's amazing. Maybe the graphics card is getting too much power from it. What the heck? Then it was maybe the graphics card, pretty sure, at 999%. So I replaced it from something clearly much newer but significantly less powerful. But honestly, I don't like this system. The 6-pin connector from 2 Molex. Maybe it wasn't connected correctly. Again, must investigate that. Let's hope it will start. Now I have something. It was the correct CPU, yeah. Well, but the overclock was not kept. Maybe it will make me an error. Oh no? Oh, surprise. Yeah, for test, it's running on Windows Server 2008, just for test. Huh? And I don't know which other one it's running. Maybe Windows XP? Probably. Let's start Windows Server 2008. That's just to start something. Server 2008 revision 2 is the Windows Server edition. Look like Windows 7. The first version, so not the revision 2, was the same as Windows Vista. Well, that's just to tell that.
Appuyez sur CTRL plus ALT plus C pour ouvrir une session.
Something like A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, I don't care about password, but it requires capital letter and numbers. Well, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's okay. I don't care. Why I've made a Minecraft wallpaper? Well, the VMware workstation, I'm not sure it was an activated version. Maybe it was in the, how we say that, trial version. Yeah. That's a bit to learn Windows Server if you need to. I was lucky to have an ISO, so I installed it. Well, I don't really use it. Nowadays we have virtual machines. It runs perfectly on my laptop, so I don't really need it to install it on a computer. Well, that's funny to say that on a computer, and somewhere a computer could be a server. That's where computing is great for me and funny. And you can try it. Yeah. Well, this platform was just to try LGA 775 processor. Not something like this. Yeah, it was not activated. I was pretty sure. Yeah, come on, stop opening things like this. Of course, stopping a server, it asks you for a reason. I don't want. Click. That's easier. In general, you mustn't stop a server. There is no reason. But yeah, I'm at home and it's just for test. I don't care. Let's move to the next one. It was just
next to this one at the beginning. A computer from 2008. This is not a PC I'm using at all. If you want to know, that was my dad computers. I've just put it on out of a box, but the motherboard and specification is when you've got its main computer. It was replaced 2 years ago, I think, by a wonderful i5 machine. And yeah, I have nothing special to say on it. I can talk about specs while booting. Or not? No, it's okay. It's an Intel Pentium dual core E6500. We've just seen that. Hard drive is disconnected, good thing. There is 4 gigs of RAMs, a 250 gigabyte hard disk drive, disconnected. And I removed the graphics card. It was an AMD Radeon HD 6770. Yeah, I removed it because it consumes power, and if I don't use it, it's stupid. I can keep the graphics card for another computer, something more interesting. I will connect the hard disk drive anyway. Connection beside. The power supply is a great power supply because it's an 80 plus bronze, so that's not a bad quality at all. Hot plug serial SATA cables. Never done that before, isn't it? You on serial SATA is not a problem. You can do it. Yeah. It might not be a problem. All right. Why I disconnect that? Honestly. This looked like a man, he didn't prepare his video at all. But somewhere that's funny. Everything in life. Of course it would not be recognized, but reset. And it will be okay. Oh yeah, this computer is not beeping too. Well, why? I think it's a Windows 10 installed, yeah. It made the upgrade so the Windows 10 is activated and fully green. As you see, just to say that, it seems to be not really different with Windows Vista and a Pentium 4 and a Pentium dual core with Windows 10. Pentium dual core is more performant, but it seems to be more or less the same. So Windows Vista, again, I will say that it wasn't that bad. After that, I like Windows 10 without any problem. I think that's, yeah, Pentium D, yeah. I was a project at the beginning to put a Pentium D on it, but the motherboard didn't authorize the overclock or not something crazy, so it will not be great. Sometimes I'm using it for testing graphics card. I'm not using the super platform. I'm using that one. It's a bit easier to open, to manage cables, and it didn't consume a lot of power. So just for Minecraft, I have MSI Afterburner to have temperatures and CPUs that to see at which speed it's running. Maybe it's overclocked, but we'll want to see. A bit quicker could be great. Thanks. No, it was overclocked. but I can't change the vCore. Yeah, that's not true. 185 185 volts, that's not true. It will be burnt if it run at this voltage. But at the stock voltage, yeah, I can overclock it to 3.3 instead 2.93. Yeah. A Pentium D for us. Even 100 megahertz could be amazingly bad and unstable. Wow, yeah. Yeah, nothing is installed. I never connected to internet. That's amazing. Well, there is a last one. Which one is it? Correct. And finally, the last of all my computers. This one, a Prim Info box. Well, Belgians will probably know that brand, others know. Normally it's for professional computers, which they use an Asus motherboard, they build it themselves, and then they sell it for enterprise. Actually, it's not Prim Info anymore. I think it's Fujitsu, but yeah, that's just for history. But here we don't have an Asus motherboard in it. I just got the box, Prim Info. In that box we have, you will love, a Medion motherboard. Yeah, the motherboard came from Medion. The box was not in a really good state, and it didn't work properly. Well, at least for some graphics card it didn't work. So I take it from an usage for me, which will be great for me again, with a specific graphics card that it fit on it, because there is no integrated graphics card, or there is no output for that. So I must put a dedicated one. But as you see inside, it's green, and it's not the original motherboard. If it's an original motherboard, that's an Asus, so it could be black or orange, but clearly not green. The usage of this computer, it's a server. Yes, running Debian 9. This is the only computer of all I have that it ran a Linux. Yeah, except for the Median, but I didn't know before turning it on completely. But this one running Debian. Command prompt only. No graphical user interface. We don't need it when you use server. To talk about specs, it's an i7 3770. It ran at 3.4 gigahertz, turbo 3.9. That's amazingly fast. Why I need a server like this? It's because it's a Minecraft server. It's designed to run dedicated Minecraft server. So it has 4 gigs of RAMs. With Debian in command prompt, it's largely enough, because we will be at least 5 or 6 connected on it. When I use it when I make LANs with some of my friends, and we play Minecraft. Is to have a dedicated computer for that. It runs amazingly well, especially if everyone is in a different place and it must generate the map and even generate chunks. That's good. Yeah, that's good. That's really funny. So Intel i7 3770, 4 gigs of RAMs, and hard disk drive for 80 gigs. This is not the stock one. The stock one was a 500, but I don't need a 500 gigs hard disk drive. So I search for 80 gigs I have in my collection, and I've got one. The graphics card, we don't care, but I've installed a GT610 from NVIDIA. It's clearly too much powerful for that, but I need a dedicated graphics card to run it, unfortunately. And that's it. The front optical drive didn't work. It's just for design. Yeah. Because I don't want to have a big hole in the front. It's not beautiful at all. Normally I won't start that with a screen. I start it in a corner and I make everything with SSH. So I run it on my computer and I make comments on from my computer, like everyone do when you use a server. Here to show you, I can boot it here. Oh, beep. The computer is from 2012. Yeah, you can see this magnify grub. We say magnify in English? This wonderful grub screen. That's just for fun. We don't care. Well, I'm not a pro Linux at all. I didn't dislike it at all too. Now I'm not a big fan of Debian. Maybe for this usage, Ubuntu server might be better, in my opinion. I will make my connection. Okay. Custom message of the day. In case I forgot how to run a Minecraft server, I've put the command. Yep, so a Minecraft server. Yeah, ls. Yep. Like, you can do it on Windows, you can do it on Linux. There is no problem, even without the command line. Here I don't have the choice, and it's better like this. Clearly more powerful with a graphical user interface. Even on a Linux, even something light, it will be worst. So the best way to run a Minecraft server is like this. You can't have more power. No, not power. More comfort to run a Minecraft server. Well, the day I have a problem with my fan on this computer. Sometimes it's doing that noise. I must replace it. I'm sick of problems today. I have things like this. It's open to refresh it perfectly because I didn't move it so much. When I move it, I re-put the plate. I'm not crazy. But to refresh at its maximum, I'm doing something like this. And this fan just have problem too. Yeah, it's getting problem from one mouse. I must command another one, but I didn't take the time for that. Even on my main computer. Where I am. Yeah, starting a server. Typing in one hand is low. But see, if I have a problem, if I forgot, hey, I have the command. Maybe I will do that. Could be better. Click, focus. Voila. So 3 gigs. Why 3 gigs, not 4 gigs? 4 gigs, it will be hold the RAM. It's not the best idea. The operating system is running. So 3 gigs is okay. Maybe I can put 3500 meg with a ham. It will be good too. No GUI is not important because it will not open a GUI, but I've put it anyway. What? Oh my god, I'm sick. Could not create the virtual Java machine. Why? Invalid initial website. well, without some parameters. Server starting. Yeah, I will check why I can put 3 gigs of dedicated for the server. I made an update recently, so it's possible that something wrong happened. So that will be my advice for today. Not making update on something personal if you don't need it and if things working great at stock. I made it to be sure, to try to understand a bit more Linux, but see, it was a problem. Saving worlds. So you see a server. that was the last machine. Hope you will enjoy all of that. Shut down. Ouch. That's a nice piece of hardware. Small bonus. I've take all computers. I show you all computers, but I have also some component like graphics card, motherboard. This one didn't work, but ouch. This one didn't work, but I have 1 or 2 in reserve. Well, power supply for testing. I will not show you all of that. Yeah, 2 cans, 2 wonderful cans. You will probably see that on all the video. Well, up. But what I want to show you in bonus is not all graphics card, motherboard, hard disk drive, RAMs. I forgot also RAMs. There were some here, for example. But what I want to show is the processors. All processors I have. From an old 486 to an i7 first generation. Why I keep processors? This is nice to have a collection of processors, first of all. But second thing, if it can be used on a computer, if I can help someone, of course I can sell one of these. In general, when people put computers in trash, say like this, or they want to get component on a computer, they never get the CPU. And honestly, it's stupid. They could take the CPU. Me, I'm taking the CPU. I will not introduce all of them, but why not? Some like this. Look. Focus is not good. So 486, that's the oldest one I have. As I told you before, the 486 build didn't work. After several times I've tried to repair it, as I know, but no beeps, nothing happened. So motherboard was dead, but I took apart the CPU because it's just extremely old for me, and for my collection is good. And after that we have the Pentium. We just see that it works perfectly. Okay. And then it's no, I have Pentium 2, but not in a box because it didn't enter. It's over there near the small Ferrari model of cars. Yeah. What? That's nothing. Okay. See? On a plastic. Pentium 2, 266, I think. Yes, 266. You cannot see it. You know, maybe in this angle you can see it. Yep. Up. But it runs perfectly at 333 megahertz, and at this time an overclock like this is not bad at all. Then I've got some Pentium 3s over there. This one is 67. I didn't write anything that when I take that processor it was already like this. I never clean it. Here this is a Celeron, extremely shiny. Nothing is right and everything is there. It's 400, I think. Yeah, 400 megahertz. And here, because there still be a bit of thermal component that I cannot clean, maybe it's thermal grease, I don't know. It's not a rare Pentium 3, but not a really usual known. My god, focus is extremely bad like this. Here we go. It's a 600 megahertz, but it's a B for extra boost, if I remember correctly. So it can be overclocked to 800 megahertz without any problem if you have a motherboard that it supports to be overclockable to 133 megahertz of FSB. Why not? That's a good thing from Intel. Up, I will put it back to be sure that's okay. Hop, hop. That's not the best way to keep processor, but if you don't move the box too much, it might not be a problem. So now I've got some Pentium 4s here. Well, and a Celeron D. This one is the Celeron D. We'll put all of them like this. Celeron D, Pentium 4, Pentium 4 HD, and Pentium 4 HD too. Yeah, this two was HD. And this one, yeah, there's a fifth one. This one is not an HD one. Single core. Pentium 4 is a good processor, not the best Intel has made, but still okay for me. In the same generation and even a bit before, an AMD Athlon and others Athlon and Duron, I think. So this one is an Athlon, this one is a Duron. It's a 950 megahertz. This one is the Duron, the 600. Extremely good at overclocked to 1 gigahertz. And for nothing, just using a pen or a pencil. No, a pencil. Maybe a pencil, it'd be better. And an AMD Athlon 1 gigahertz. That's the 4 old school AMD I have. Never start a computer with this processor without a cooler, or it will burn. There is absolutely no security. I prefer to thaw before someone makes something bad. Nowadays, every processor has a security. It mustn't happen. I have also some laptop CPU. Well, I will not take it everything over. A Pentium D. I don't know why this one was in the box. It's a Pentium D 945, I think. Yep, 945. Hard to read it. Yeah, really hard to read it. So it runs at 3.4 gigahertz if you want to know. Yep. Flash is extremely powerful, so you can't read it. So I'm told to you, will not take all CPUs. Yeah, AMD Athlon 64 to just talk about AMD a bit. So that's also to say that I'm not pro Intel. I also collected AMD CPUs, but The first CPU I've got was all Intel. It's rare to have an AMD, but I have several one. An Athlon 64, another Athlon 64, and this one was an Athlon 64X2. So not bad. I didn't have an X4 or a Phenom or something like this, or even a Sempron. And I will skip all 775 CPUs. There were Pentium 4, Pentium D, Celeron, Celeron dual cores, Pentium dual cores, and Core 2 quad. It will be a bit long, but the i7 I can show you because this is the most powerful I have in my collection. It's an i7 950, 3.06 GHz. I think it's got that overclock too. And maybe if you overclock it, you can have something extremely powerful even nowadays. Well, let's see. This, if it can serve for a friend or something, it could be great. And for laptop, quickly, AMDs are here. I have a Turion, Athlon, and I think one Phenom. Yes, Phenom 2 over there. And from Intel, yeah, that was all Pentium dual cores except this one. This one was a Pentium M. Came from an HP laptop that I didn't have anymore. Yep. Why? I will do that later. And yeah, I have some a bit more powerful here. Pentium Celerons and an i3, I think. Yeah, this one is the i3, yeah. If it can serve a day. Why not? Why not? Clack. Good. That's all for that video, I think. As I told you, CPU is good to see, but all my hard disk drive, CDs, graphics card, motherboard, power supply, well, it will be a really long video. I think even with that, it will be really long. And you really great if you still until the end. So if you have done that, thanks.
So guys, thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, to hit the like button, to leave a comment, and I hope I will catch you on the next one. Again, Happy New Year 2019. Goodbye everyone.